could potentially be coming. And we do see still more siege tanks, more marauders, and it's good that he's going marauders because he's been seeing really heavy stalker play, so he needs to change up his army composition accordingly. And of course, marauders make a lot of sense. Once again, the stalkers are blinking up to the high ground, and these siege tanks are just not, they won't be able to do the damage enough, but with the Marines and Marauders coming in, they'll force, again, the stalkers to retreat. And you may be thinking, well, that's not, like, it wasn't a great push, he didn't deal too much damage. Panerai is trying to keep Kiom on his toes. He doesn't want Kiom to feel confident enough to take another expansion. Because right now, since Panerai has an expansion over Kiom, just look at the income tab. He's getting 200, 300 more minerals per minute and 300 more gas per minute than Kiom. So the longer the game goes at this pace, the more advantages Panerai is getting in terms of tech, in terms of unit composition, and army size. We see a lot of High Templars being built up, and if the High Templars get good storms right over these, balls of MMM, Marine Marauders, no Medivacs actually, which is interesting. That'd be very good for Panerai. Let's just take a quick look through the bases of Panerai, getting another robotics facility, getting an observer, and continuing to put in Zealots and High Templars, so he's really changing up the composition of his army. Just as Kiom did, trying to get more Marauders to counter the Stalkers, he's now getting more Zealots and High Templars to counteract, well, the Marauders, right? Because Stalkers, not very good against Marauders, but Zealots, they're pretty good, especially if they have charge, which it does look like they do, because they can charge in, even though there are concussive shells in the Marauders. And High Templar destroy these small units that can get clumped up into the psionic storm of the High Templar. We do see a couple Stalkers moving out again. This is great, like what I was saying before, trying to keep the Templar on his toes. These Stalkers are really mobile, especially with Blink, so they're great harass units at this point in the game. The Observer is coming in as well to see what he can see. And now we see the big army of Kiom now moving out. See, this is the thing. If he had these Stalkers and attacking the side, that's why it's great to have mobile units, because you can be everywhere on the map. However, he's going to retreat because he does not want to get killed back home. If you look at the army count, Panerai has only a slightly larger army. However, these side storms can really turn the tide, and now he knows that the High Templars are coming, so he has to watch out, spread his units. The siege tanks are sieging up, and he's trying to spread out his Marine Marauders. However, here comes the side storms, and they come in right on top of the Marines and Marauders. Kiom could be in trouble. There are some memorials as well, which are great, of course, against siege tanks. If he leads with the siege tanks, they could deal a lot of damage to the Sorry, I'm getting messages right now. Let me close that. Now we see that Panerai was able to shoo Kiom out of the game, get him out of there. Not out of the game, out of that section. And this is the issue right here. Kiom is mining out his base. He has a lot of SCVs with nothing to do. They're trying to move in here to the third base, perhaps. But look, Panerai's coming in right at the same time, able to deny that. All these SCVs could be taken out. Now, there is another base here. It is a planetary fortress, but not very many SCVs are mining, and all the SCVs that are being transferred to the third are going to be taken out. Now, we do see the tanks getting ready to siege up, and Panerai doesn't want to, get too overeager. He has his High Templar. Now he's getting dual Colossi, and he's getting another base as well. So if he can keep his economic advantage and really just maintain a very powerful army composition, he should be game into the future. He should be, solidified in this game. And he does see the army composition of the Protoss Kiom, so of the Terran Kiom rather. So if he knows what's happening with Kiom, he can adjust his build accordingly. And this command center is going to be taken out, so denying Kiom another base, 33 and on fire, and will definitely burn down, blinking a single stalker just to assure its death. Now here we go again, Marine Marauders, tanks, two Banshees even. Oh, and there we go. There's a Psystorm, perfect Psystorm over, although hitting a lot of the Zealots. The siege tanks are now trying to siege up, but they will be able to get side-stormed. The stalkers can blink right on top of the tanks. The tanks cannot do the damage that they need to do, and those side-storms will be able to finish up the marine marauder composition. And look at all the stalkers doing all the damage they need to do. Even the Colossi coming in at the last second, getting 6 kills, and that is GG on Metalopolis. Panerai taking the second game against Kiom in this best of 3, which means we will go to a third game on Shakuras Plateau.